Let's talk a little bit about brain health because you cannot have a good gut health without a good brain health. And I get a lot of questions about patients who have history of Alzheimer's disease in the family, or they want to have a good memory and cognition and focus as they age. It is really difficult when you're dealing with gut dysbiosis or problems with gut health because remember, your gut is connected to the brain. So I'm a strong believer of the brain gut connection. But regardless of what's going on in your gut, there are certain things that you can do to improve your brain health, improve memory, improve cognition. And the one tip that I'm going to give you is not going to cost you anything. Like no money, you don't have to go to a grocery store to buy a supplement. It's not a prescription medication. It doesn't require any gym membership or infrared sauna, anything like that. It's something very simple that you can do in the comfort of your own home. And this is something which has been shown in studies and has been recently published as well. And I'm talking about intense activity or workout that you could do. And the best one is doing squats. Yes, you heard me right. And the way to do it is not to kind of go to the gym and spend 1 hour in the gym or 2 hour in the gym or drive there. It's nothing like that. Just 1 to 2 minutes of squat that you can do in the comfort of your home. So the recent study showed that in people who are doing this intense activity at regular interval of time, they have better brain function. It decreases your chances of getting Alzheimer's disease later in life and improves your memory as well as concentration. So let's talk about why that happens. It's because when you are squatting, there is a particular way that the blood flow is going to your brain. So the up and down movement is actually improving the blood circulation to the brain, which again helps with nourishing the brain and improving memory cognition. The second thing it does, it improves the production of neuroprotective factors or chemicals, which is again very important for long-term benefit to the brain. A lot of us are working from computers. We are sitting and just like, on the computer, either we are working from home or creating content or just like seeing patients, like sitting on the chair. So we are seeing more and more of like a sedentary lifestyle, especially after COVID, because everything is on the Zoom. We can have like virtual meetings now. So that comes with a price, and the price is the sedentary lifestyle. And again, lack of physical activity. But we don't have to go aggressive with the physical activity. I would recommend that when you're doing your Zoom meetings and you're sitting with the computer in front of the computer for say 6 to 8 hours, you would have time in between your meetings. So if every meeting is like an hour or 2 hours, I would recommend that after every meeting, you do start doing the squats. Okay, so you can just like just close the computer, go on the side, and start doing the squats for at least, I would say, 2 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes is idle, but even if you can do like just 1 or 2 minutes, at least 3 times a day, during the day, that is more than enough. And then how would you know if you're doing it adequately? Because you have to do it in such a way that there is an increased blood flow to your brain, right? So how would you know? The simple test is that when you are doing it, you won't be able to talk. You won't be able to complete the sentences. You shouldn't be short of breath, but it's just that you won't be able to talk properly. Like you have to take a breath, like when you have to talk. That means that is high intensity. And it means that you're doing it adequately. That's the best indicator. That means there is enough blood flow going to your brain back and forth when you're doing squats. So when you're doing the squats, you're not able to talk, so that's the way you are going to measure if you're doing it correctly. And you could do like 30 squats. If you do 30 squats, it will take about 2 minutes. If you want to do more, you could even add more. And again, the speed doesn't matter. It's about how some people are able to do it more, some people are able to do it less. So rather than being fixated on the number, 30 is a good number to start. It should be more about like, are you able to talk when you're doing that or not? And then you can increase the time. But if you do that every day consistently, at least 3 times a day, believe me, you would not have to go to the gym to kind of get your workout or improve your brain function or anything like that. this has to be done consistently every day. And as you can see, it's not going to take you more than 10 minutes a day, and it's very easy. It can become a habit while you're sitting on your desk. You can get out and do it. And again, there is another study which I also want to quote because that is important. A lot of us go to the gym and we do this like heavy lifting, and then I see a lot of patients like running and walking and spending 2 hours like jogging and running and stuff. But to be honest with you, the most important predictor of your longevity and whether you're going to have a good memory and your brain function later in life is the size of your thighs. So if you have strong legs, the circumference of your thigh, if your thigh muscles are big and strong, then you would have a long life, healthy life, and your brain function will be good. So there is a direct correlation between that. So again, squats helps with that as well. So doing squats 3 times a day, and just for like 1 to 5 minutes, 1 to 3 minutes, I would say, is more than enough. And this is extremely important for people, who doesn't have time to go to the gym, and also for people who have a family history of Alzheimer's disease, or they're already dealing with some cognitive decline, memory loss, loss of brain function, concentration. Extremely important. Now, if you have brain fog, now that means that there is something else going on, right? Like the brain fog happens when there is an elevated level of interleukins or histamine, especially if there is a lot of inflammation. And I see a lot of time if you have gut issues, you could have brain fog, especially after eating a meal or later in the day, like in the afternoon. If that's the case, something definitely is going on with your gut, and that needs to be addressed as well. But in general, to improve the brain function, we could do this small things in the comfort of our house. It doesn't take a lot. Some patients also ask me that they have a family history of Alzheimer's disease or brain disorder, memory loss in the family later in life, and if they can take any supplements to kind of help with that. Sure, you could take some supplements like creatine. Creatine has been shown to improve your brain function. You can take it especially after workout or after you came back from the gym. I also like creatinine a lot in perimenopausal women for cognition and memory improvement. But more than supplements, you cannot replace lifestyle with supplements. We cannot take supplements and then not have a healthy diet, not do the physical activity. All those things are important. More than the supplements is the blood circulation to the brain. The whole point is when we are not doing that intense activity, there is not enough blood circulation to your brain. So that means the brain is not getting enough oxygen. So then when the brain is not getting enough oxygen, the brain cells, they don't get the food that they need to kind of survive and evolve and stay alive. So they start shrinking or start dying. So we don't want that. So improved oxygen circulation to the brain is helpful. And also when you are working out, there comes a point where the amount of CO2 goes up because you're not able to kind of breathe. It's an intense activity. And the amount of nitric oxide also increases. And remember what nitric oxide does? Nitric oxide is a vasodilator. What is a vasodilator? It means that it increases the size of your blood vessels. So the blood vessels are like this. Vasoconstriction is when they become smaller. Vasodilatation is when they become like this, bigger. So the nitric oxide will cause vasodilatation. That means the vessels are going to get bigger like this. And also the lining of the blood vessels improves, when there is increased blood circulation, it stretches. All of this is ultimately causing more vitality and more blood flow to your brain cells. It is improving the neuroprotective chemicals in the brain. So all of this is going to help long term to improve your brain function. So this is a small tip, but very, very useful. It doesn't take a lot. And I highly encourage you to keep doing this. Start doing this and then keep doing this consistently. And once you do something for 21 days, it becomes a habit. So So you only have to remember it for the first few weeks. And after that, it's going to become like a habit that you're doing it. And after 21 days, it's just like you don't even have to think about it. Like in between your meetings, you're already doing your squats. So I hope you find this helpful. Not bad for a gastroenterologist, right? And if you want to know more tips about how you can improve your overall health and transform your life, please click the link below. That's my platform, my online platform, where I provide information and education and resources regarding gut health and overall health. And if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe.